Welcome to My Love of Life Energy. I'm Anna Scott, your host. I love beautiful, rich conversations that reveal the truth, beauty, and uniqueness of each person I meet, and I'm honored to share them with you. Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to my podcast, My Love of Life Energy. And today I'm deeply honored, humbled, and a little nervous. I have a client of mine, Eric Smith, on with us. So welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
Why I'm nervous is I've never had a client on before. And the reason that I really wanted you to be on this podcast is that you've seen something, the truth, and you see it clearly. And I wanted the world to hear you because of what you see. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah. So we've been working together about what, 10 years? Is that or talking? I don't know, working is the right word.
Right, at least.
Talking.
Yeah, you've been my guide for a great portion of this, and you've been along for this amazing experience that I've had, and now yeah, we're friends.
Mm. I think it's beyond that. It's like this. What's funny is for the listeners and the people who are watching this, Eric and I talk every Thursday, 11:30, unless one of us has to change. But we don't see each other's face. So it's I'm kind of like, oh my God, who's this man in front of me? Who is that? But what you've seen, when we get together, we drop into a space. And the way that I know you is that because of your gene key profile, you really see the perfection of life. Is that true?
Mm, yeah, yeah, that's my perspective is um, that the life is perfect, and just because that doesn't make sense to um, me, like my mind, or me as a person, or just because I don't understand exactly what's appearing in front of me, doesn't mean it's any less than perfect. I've noticed as life unfolds, things that have occurred uh, that I would have labeled as horrific, but I see in the greater scheme of things the beauty and perfection of those events. And so yeah, I think um, that's helped me a lot to see um, the beauty, the awe, uh, the the greatness of this experience, um, and help me really kind of put myself and uh, like my human self in perspective. Um, Compared to the magnificence that I see all around me. Uh,
What do you mean by that? Share more about that, Eric.
hmm. Um, there's a beautiful, vast emptiness, um, which we're all part of. Um, and we don't see it naturally because we're in our own little separate universes. Um, and as we exist in this greater space, we come in contact with each other, our little universes, and that that we experience each other's energy. We experience each other's world as best we can, but we can't exist in each other's universes. Um, and seeing that each of these little things are actually these picture these spinning globes, like maybe a galaxy, and coming close to each other and interacting. And we either accept or resist this energy that we bring, that we create because of uh, our past, our perceptions, our gender, um, our opinions, our identifications. We're all feeling this interaction and interpreting it in a way that makes it mean something to who we think we are. That sounds crazy. But if we just look at it from this interaction of energy, um, we can see that, well, that sensory input, that feeling that I have when you and I interact, or me and somebody else interacts, that input has to go through um, Eric, right? Who I think I am, right? It goes through my subconscious, it goes through my conscious, it gets filtered through all the experiences that I've had in my life. It gets filtered through all the experiences that humans have had. Um,
Mm.
it gets filtered through my identity as, say, a man or an American or uh, any religious affiliation I may have. Um, and then it gets translated into words, which become thoughts. So there's all of these mechanisms which take that just raw data that's coming in and transforms it into something that's by all accounts imaginary. It's not reality. It's my experience of reality based on um, the past, based on my experience up until right now in this world. Um, and that experience can be beautiful. Um, it can be terrifying. Um, it can make me defensive. It can make me feel separate. Um, and I think what's happened to me is I've been able to see that pretty clearly, and recognize that for each of us, and often our own, we'll call them little universes, we're all trying to do the best we can to make sense of this energy, right? That's being completely distorted by who we are, who we think we are. Um,
It's funny when I talk to you and it's happening again right now, is I can feel it. I begin to settle so deeply and I get really quiet and expansive.
hmm,
And it's like I just learned why I wanted to have you on this podcast is because when I'm with you, I always learn something. I always see something new. It's
hmm,
always a fresh way to look at life. And all of a sudden, I just saw all this energy coming into me. And what you saw, it's like all these like codes, like a computer code. Oh, this means this means that, this means that. And what I just saw is you take all the code and go, it doesn't mean anything, and just feel the natural, what the pure energy feels, which is love.
right. Um, I think about love a lot. And uh, I I think love is what you get when you start disintegrating these filters, where we remove this resistance, right? This
Mm,
natural resistance we have between having a pure connection with each other. Um, and when you see that, well, when I, from my perspective, I, I know what my struggles are. I know what my fears and anxieties are. I know the illusion that I'm creating in my mind of what this experience means to me. Um, and I know that it's no different than anybody else that I meet
mm,
on the street, whether I agree with them or not about anything. Um, I know at their core, when all of that's stripped away, all of our past, our fears, traumatic experiences, desires and ambitions, and when that's taken away, we're the same, and we're
mm,
all in the same boat. And when I see that clearly, I can't help but love everybody.
mm.
I know it sounds nuts, right?
No, it doesn't. That's the
Uh,
beauty. Again, this is why I wanted to do this was because I've been a benefactor of our conversations.
hmm,
I have been deeply impacted by you
hmm,
and us. And I thought, well, stop being, be more generous, Anna. Like share with the world this rich experience.
hmm,
Here I have a platform. I don't know who's going to find this. I don't know who's going to hear it. But if
hmm.
somebody could hear this and all of a sudden hears what you just said, they might hear it differently, and all that suffering might lighten up. All their struggles might lighten up. They might feel the love that's in them.
Yeah. I mean, I find it hard to believe that any harm could come of that, right? Of seeing this this commonality, this the sameness of all of us. I have incredible compassion and empathy for people, because we're all in the same boat. We're all afraid of the same things. We may think nobody understands the pain that I've endured, or the things that I'm going through, or nobody understands having a kid like I've got, or being raised by abusive parents, or whatever it may, or what it's like to live in America right now. But these experiences are germane to this configuration of our atoms, right? As a human, right? As human beings, we have these experiences. My experience of fear and anxiety is no different than somebody else. Um, and those things, the fact that we think it's so personal is what keeps us from seeing who we really are. Underneath all that nonsense that we've accumulated in our lifetime, the stuff that we filter reality through all the time, we're perfect. We're perfect, beautiful beings.
What I love when I speak with you, what becomes alive for me is my compassion, just deep, deep compassion.
Yeah, we're amazing creatures,
Mm,
and we deserve better than what we give each other.
mm,
Um, and I, it's I'm while this is my perspective, I can't, I don't, I'm a human as well. I still have all of these feelings of jealousy, hatred, and I or desire, uh, and I think um, one of the things that us talking has really helped me to do is maybe detach a little bit from that visceral experience, to become more sensitive to what, you know, Eric the human, right, is is experiencing, and looking and drilling down into the subtle movements of my mind that make me feel separate. Um, it gives me pause, right? A little bit, just a little bit of detachment, that keeps, well, sometimes helps, pre-
Operative word sometimes, I agree.
prevent, helps me to not cause more suffering, to my fellow man, woman, um, planet, myself, right? I think myself, um, might be the hardest thing, is having some grace with being a human being. And I think what I just really the message that I like to give people uh, is that you're not alone.
The thing, Eric, the thing, again, I'm going to go back to this. Um, you often talk about not having the words,
Mm.
and you talk about, you so much want to give this to people but you can't because they already have it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I experience with you is your presence and your knowing of it is so strong that your presence and your energy does the talking.
Mm.
Not
Yeah.
not the nervous, self-conscious Eric, but the
Right.
one who forgets who he is. And even what's funny is that I'm going to be so blunt because I know you, is that I can feel a little bit of your self-consciousness because this is your first rodeo. And but what's so interesting is how do I say this? It's like the vibration that you are of that love and clarity is so strong. It's what gets really communicated.
Mm.
And that's why you would tell me stories like you'd be on BART, or you'd be on the tracks to Bark, or you'd be walking across the street, and somebody homeless or somebody would just come up and start talking to you
Yeah.
just because they feel it.
Yeah, I've had several experiences like that, which I can't explain. Um, very strong connections with strangers in really beautiful uh, experiences, um, that I can't explain. And I don't know why or what in that moment made me uh, so open to receive that person and them to receive me, and to see each other um, on a higher level than our physical or um, psychological outward appearance type level. Uh,
it's interesting. I could really feel you talked about the resistance, and I'm sensing what happens when I don't resist the energy that's in me.
Yeah. I think there are moments uh, in everyone's life where and we might not be able to put our finger on what the experience is, but we have moments where we see the truth. We catch glimpses of reality that's unfiltered. And you know, it, you know, it, for some people it can happen, say in like, a sporting event or something, like a flow state. You can, if we're watching, like the Olympics are on right now, if you watch in downhill skiing, you'll see somebody at the starting gate and they'll be going through some ritual. They'll have this look of stress and determination on their face. They're getting ready, right? They are focusing. Um, and you can see a very, very human being getting ready for a very, very big moment. But when those gates open, there's no time. Time stops. And those people are exactly where they're supposed to be. They couldn't be more comfortable. I can't imagine they're thinking about anything at all. Right?
I gotta go get that chicken.
Right. Right. And in the end, when they've done their run, is and they've been in that state and they're interviewed and yada yada yada. There's no way, there's no words that they could probably use to make us understand what that experience was like.
Mm.
They can try. I mean, that's what we're doing now. Is it's an attempt to explain or point to something that's, I think, is beyond our capacity to understand.
Everything that I have learned and what I've been, there's this activation I'm doing with Sarah McCrum, who I've spoken about, and it's about surrender and it's about letting go. And she'll say, all those techniques you've learned, they're not going to do it for you.
Hmm,
That's
that
not
makes
it.
sense.
And that's what you're pointing to me. It's like surrender is moving beyond what this intellect knows and understands, letting go.
Indeed, yeah. Letting
For a
go.
girl who's loved techniques, that was a bitter pill.
It's so difficult to convey or to teach or to actually maybe not. It's impossible to give, and it has to be discovered. And and while it may be discovered, it might not be recognized for what it is,
Mm,
right? That was a gnarly run, bro. You know? Well, you just experienced the truth skiing down that hill.
mm.
Um, and a gnarly run is just as grand a description as the greatest poets could come up with.
There is something I'm learning or seeing more of is whatever I'm experiencing and whatever emotion it is the divine. So, for example, I'm just writing a blog about, spoiler alert, about feeling futile. And I didn't want to feel like I couldn't figure out what that emotion was. Like I'm like, am I helpless? Am I whatever I'm feeling? And then I felt the truth of what I was feeling. And it was like this energy rushed in. I'm like, oh, that's the thing I didn't want to feel.
Mm.
And once I felt it and allowed it, because that's as much divine as all the love, I just have a preference for the love.
Right. Uh, yeah. Um, it's you know,
Mm.
in my personal experience, I I haven't been able to force it. I haven't been able to make these moments appear. I haven't been able to will them. Um, but I've been able to identify them. And I've been able to disintegrate the pieces of myself that act as barriers to receiving that kind of experience.
Mm.
Um, so the best I've been able to do is have more and more of these flashes and I still haven't really been able to adequately explain or express the beauty and the awe that I feel when I come back into myself. Um, and um, because it's so amazing, I want to catch it, right? I want to put it in my pocket and make it mine. And it's gone.
Mm. There's the feeling I'm getting is such a strong a feeling of presence.
Mm.
There's pure presence.
Yeah, a funny thing happens when we talk. Some More often than not, we share an experience um, that goes beyond anything that we talk about. Um, and perhaps it's because we've known each other for such a long time. Perhaps you know, the energy of our universes is become familiar. Perhaps there are routes that we navigate that allow us to connect in a fashion and see and feel uh, this shared perfection.
Interesting. I wonder if it's because we attune to it. Like we're both interested in looking in that direction.
Could be. Um, uh, I don't know. Um, there's something there. Um, and I don't know uh, why this having this experience. I don't know why me. I don't know why it found me. Perhaps it was always going to happen. Um, I really don't know. And it doesn't, it's not a miracle. It's not a recipe for happiness, but it is something I I don't think I could keep it from happening if but it's something that uh, I am honored to and very, very grateful um, to experience have happened to me.
Mm.
Um,
I think the thing that you spoke about and why this is so important, this is something I can do for the world,
hmm,
is that
yeah,
I can invite conversations and help people remember this. And I believe if we remember this, then we'll be a nicer world to live in.
right. Um, there's no separation between us and the world.
Mhm.
And and when we understand that, we can see that we are the world.
Yeah.
And that there's, this may be a small contribution, right? Just existing with this understanding, um, I think has an effect.
Well, this is my world and it's my contribution and it's our contribution.
Hmm.
So both of our worlds came together and we both looked at love. We looked at, the um, compassion,
Hmm.
look at what suffering's coming from. And we're saying to other worlds, hey, are you interested in seeing what this world might be like? Now, when we got on, I didn't know that I was going to say this or do this, but I'm like, oh, I'm seeing this is my, what do they call it when you're an activist? This is my moment of activism. Like I'm saying to the people in the world, hey, here is another way that we could live together if we understood this.
Yeah. I, I would, if you're interested in life, in the truth, I'm not saying you'll find it, but you can get closer to it. And you can get sensitive to how your mind operates and see the commonalities between yourself and your fellow humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? Your life gets a lot better along the way and you get to enjoy it more.
It would seem so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the challenges.
Yeah. Don't take it so personally.
Yeah. And enjoy it a little more and love your children more. Cherish
Exactly.
them. All right, Eric, we're coming to our end of our time. Is there
Hmm.
anything you want to say in closing?
Um, I love you. I love everybody. It's an honor to share this experience with the rest of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for doing this with me.
Mm.
It means the world to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I knew it would be good. I was
Mm.
right. So,
Okay.
all right. All right. So for those, Eric Smith, if you want to find him, reach out to me and I'll connect you and you can find this Buddhist Yodi, whatever he is, and connect you with him if what he has to say resonates with you. And sending everybody love.